My friends, today we're going to be talking about how to use the Albert King box. You've heard of the BB King box. I've got videos on this. But the Albert King box, what about it? Let's talk about it here. I just played this track in the key of B, so it's a B 12-bar blues chord progression. We will put the link for that inside of the description of this video. We're putting new jam tracks all the time here on the channel, so check that out. It's free for you. Now, the Albert King box, to me, is literally the most useful part of the neck for rock guitar, blues guitar, heck, probably even jazz guitar. It's a really, really amazing little part of the neck where all the sweet notes are right underneath your fingers, and it makes all the sense in the world why that is, okay? Let's talk about this. So, a lot of folks, when they're soloing over, in this case here, B, right? So I got my B tonal center, and if we're playing that 12-bar blues, we'll use the B blues scale. Right? Now, this section right here, the two middle strings, and I'm using frets 7 and 9 for that. Right? That particular sound in that particular area, that little box in and of itself is really, really helpful. It's really cool. Tons of licks out of it. But it's kind of in that lower register, right? So it's not going to sit out of the mix as much as really we're talking about the same notes. Right, we're talking about the same notes, but we're going up an octave. Now, this is based around that pentatonic form, right? And then this is just extending it. So if you call this form 1, then we might call this form 2. Some people call them different names. For me, I call this one form 1 because this is the first one that I always taught my students, because it's the one that everybody uses. And it's great. And it's an extension, this Albert King box is an extension of that form 1. So a lot of times we will be bending up into it. You know, we're bending into it anyhow. We're bending into it. We might as well grab those notes and take advantage of what we can pull out of them as far as bends. Right? It's all right there. Let me show you the box and we'll talk about how to use it and some licks that we could extrapolate out of it, right? Now, using what I call the springboards method, and I have that here on YouTube. You can just search springboards. Search YourGuitarSage springboards. You'll definitely find it. Otherwise, you'll find people falling on their heads off of springboards, and that's not going to help with your guitar playing, right? So this little box, I'm using the springboard method because basically anything that you do on those two strings, the two middle strings, if you go down 2 strings and up 3 frets, you'll find the same exact licks. Pretty cool, right? So what it looks like up here is on the first string, we've got frets 12 and 10. On the second string, 12 and 10. And on the third string, we've got fret 11. Our tonic is right here. We're in the key of B, right? So the 12th fret is our home bass. That's why anytime that I'm playing, I'm always coming back to that, giving it that good vibrato. If I'm gonna bend it, I'll bend out of it a whole 1.5 steps and laying back down on that 1. So anything that you're doing, you're kind of revolving around that. It's great to slide up. These are some of the most classic blues licks that you're ever going to hear. You're going to hear them from Albert King and B.B. King, Stevie Ray Vaughan, Jimmy Page, all. That's because this is our language that we're speaking, right? So that's a good one right there. This, if you think about this little pattern here, it looks very much like D minor, right? What you're used to is D minor, but we're scooching it up the neck here because technically we're playing B minor, right? We're just playing this form of it up here. And so that's why it works over this chord progression. So to give you some examples of how other ways that I might use this is, check it out. Really, you're coming back to this a lot. If you're going to bend this note, it's 1.5. Okay, so you're bending that note, which is our tonic. You're bending it up to the minor third. You could bend it up to the major third. You want to get really fun with it. That's a big bend, though. That's two whole steps. This guy is a whole step up. Right there is possibly one of the best licks that you could ever use. And when I'm saying best, right, it's subjective, art is subjective. But some good stuff in there because we're used to those bends, right, when we're talking about blues here. And it just really brings that back home. And this one. We're outlining the chord. We're outlining that chord right there. Right there, I just played the tonic 3 times. Watch this. And I started off by playing and surrounding 3 notes that are in the chord. So it's like you cannot mess up. All those notes are going to sound good. That's a little color note thrown in there that adds a little tension and brings it back home. So right there is my chord. Here's a chord tone, chord tone, chord tone, chord tone, chord tone. So you can see, you can't mess up there. This right here is the minor third. You always want to bend that guy. Every time you land on that guy, bend him up just a little bit. You got to. It's blues. You got to do it. It's the special sauce, if you will. Right? And this one is just a freebie. So this is what I want you to do. I want you to practice with this track, okay? Search Your Guitar Sage Jam Tracks or go to projamtracks.com. Sign up early there. As the making of this video, sign up early there. But eventually there's going to be hundreds, probably thousands of jam tracks on there. We're working voraciously on that. So check that out. All right, so you've got your little bit right here. This is based off of the pentatonic scale or the blues scale. I've got lots of videos for you on this. Just search Your Guitar Sage blues scales or pentatonic scales. I've got the medicine for what ails you. Friends, if some of this stuff is going over your head or if you're having trouble with these little licks and bits and pieces and what have you, again, I've got the medicine for what ails you. The very first link below will give you access to a course that I give out for free now. It is literally my top videos. It's replete with PDFs. We just redid this, so it's absolutely top-notch stuff. The most popular videos I've ever done, and they're available to you for free. It's UGS Standard, friends. So check that out, first link below. Or another thing that you can do is you can text me. That's right. Text me at 1-833-744-0154. And when you do text me, say FREE. Say you're at the doctor's right now or you're hanging out and you don't want to go to your computer. If you text me, I'll set the course up for you and you'll be in. Boom. That's how it works, okay? Or just type UGS to that same number and then we'll be texting buddies. You can ask me questions and that sort of thing. All right, my friends, I'm on all social media, so I can help you out there as well. Instagram, I can give you a voice message back for longer questions, that sort of thing. I'm here to help you. Please let me know how I can do it. Friends, as always, be kind to all beings. Do the right thing always. Practice your guitar. I'll see you in the next video.